We're up here at TCAM Performance. We got Chris from Sunnen and Kevin Mullins, obviously. And we're talking about one of their new toys that they got, the new CNC hone. So we're going to talk a little bit back and forth. They have a badass hone right here, which has been honed in every single block that's come through here for how many years?
10, 12 years.
Great hone, old trusty. But upgrading to a CNC one, so they'll be able to have two going at once, one operator running both of them. So we're going to talk about this new addition here shortly. I guess if you were going to do one block with one guy working on that opposed to this would do it much faster as well?
Yeah, it would be complete in one operation.
Where this one, you have to do
they
one?
would have to change the abrasives out for the plateau.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that has multiple stones.
Yeah, there's
in
two.
one head.
Yeah, there's two. So we'll set the valleys and plateau with the same head while it's in that one cylinder. So we will complete the cylinder in one operation. You know, then we'll then we'll step to the next hole. Same thing.
So this, you would have to change the attachment. So you do, what do you do? You do all four.
Manually crank over to the next hole, put it in, set, hone them, and then you have to go back at the end with brush set or diamonds and plateau.
So essentially, if you're doing these four cylinders, you have to do them twice.
That's correct.
And then this one
does it all in one operation.
Turning the block on this, manual obviously.
Manual.
And then you have to set it up, find each hole.
Manually crank over to each hole.
Wow.
Where this machine is totally automatic. So you'll put the block in, press cycle start, and the machine will take over and complete the block.
Wow.
In one operation.
Not only faster, but saves you a bunch of time and labor as well.
Oh, yeah.
You can essentially, once you get it dialed in, you could have one guy set it up.
Right.
He can go, I guess he could work this machine.
Yes, exactly. He could be working that one. And the real, big advantage to this, now this machine has constant crosshatch.
What's that?
So that is when, on this machine, as it gets to the top, it's changing, from the top and then coming back down. Mm-hmm. It washes out the surface finish angle at the top. Okay. Where this one, when you see it start, it will synchronize the stroker with the spindle. You see how it's stopping at the top.
So that's constant.
This
once
one's
it's spinning,
constant.
okay.
Yeah. So that one, So it kind of washes out the top of the cylinder a little bit. But this one is constant crosshatch, where that crosshatch angle will be from top to bottom with no washout at all on it.
What does that do for performance? I guess better seal, better. Well, the crosshatch is what
Well, what is the TCAM slogan? Power's in machine work.
Yeah,
that's right.
Well, that's don't get me wrong. This home's great.
Yeah,
we've used it for years, and we're going to continue to use it. But Sunnen has the SV35 here, and it's the next step in cylinder home technology.
Absolutely.
The cylinders can be.
It's for cylindricity as well with our GH style tooling. This one uses our DH style cylindricity, improvement in cylindricity.
Awesome.
Yes.
So this is as far as like a cylinder hone, like the end product, it gets no better than this.
This is state of the art.
Wow.
The best in the industry.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
The price tag on this unit?
200.
200,000.
Yeah.
Worth every penny, huh?
Well, it ain't worth it yet.
But this is,
But the whole deal is, we want to invest in good tooling.
Yeah.
Good. Look around here. We try to have the best tools available to get the end product to the customer, or whatever racer we're building a motor for, to have the best ring seal, the most power possible.
Yeah.
Most power. Yeah.
That's
100%.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty cool. Now, as far as a time frame too, costs a lot of money, but productivity increasing and the overall product. Like you said, there's nothing wrong with this, but this is just the next step up.
Accuracy, is going to be, a major improvement. As far as the machine sensitivity to the plateauing process is next to none.
So you were telling me, I think we talked about it, 2/10,000ths of an inch, front to back, top to bottom, all
2/10, yeah. We'll be well within there. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So me at home, my dingle ball hone, I can't compare to this. I can't compare. I think I'm pretty good too, but I can't compare to that. And this, I mean, obviously the configuration, you could do everything from like your small block, you do some 6-cylinder stuff. I've seen you do diesel engines to, you know, Hemis,
Yeah, I
like
mean,
all of
I
everything.
suppose you can hone anything and everything.
You can hone anything in here.
That's awesome.
We're primarily going to set up with our Gen 3 Hemis, Coyotes,
Yeah.
LSs. Some of your oddball stuff, say diesel stuff, if we do that we don't do so much of, we'll probably use this deal here because them heads and stuff, they're really expensive. So we're trying to, on the more common stuff, yes, we're going to have all the tooling. But if you come in here with a really weird bore, we'll probably have to put it in the normal home.
So that head, like you could see it, it's got different,
It's got
I guess.
brushes and diamonds on it.
Okay,
Yes.
and then they just kind of protrude out as.
Yeah, so we'll set the valleys with the diamonds will come out, and then we collapse the tool down, and then the brushes will come out.
Wow.
In one operation.
That is cool.
And also this machine here, one thing about it, if anybody's used a regular hone like this, say regular hone, this is a great machine. and all,
It's a great machine.
But you know, this uses hone and oil. This uses coolant actually. Okay, and the advantage of that is we can keep the cylinder, the block at a constant.
Cool. Right.
Oh.
So
It build, that builds
because this
heat.
builds heat. So your cylinders are actually going to change in size as you're honing it. This deal here though makes it to where you can actually go to finished size, and then we don't have to worry about the cylinder shrinking technically.
Absolutely.
After
Yeah.
the man, gets done honing it.
Wow, that's awesome.
yeah.
That is awesome.
So that's another advantage. You
Yeah.
don't have to worry about the cooling factor, or the heating factor, I should say.
Absolutely.
You didn't even know we filmed the whole video, did you? that was pretty. That was, I mean, video-wise, I think that's awesome. Answered a bunch of questions and did everything like that. As far as when this thing will be in operation, I guess here shortly if you guys are here setting it up.
Oh yeah.
They're setting it up and training the guys on it right now.
So this is someone's block in here.
That is someone's block
So
right there.
someone's gonna have like the first, CNC honed block at a TKM here shortly.
That's actually a Demon Performance Gen 3 Hemi. But yeah, I'm not sure the job number on it, but that's what that is right there.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool.
And then basically what they're doing is, they're showing the guys how to set up the program, because each block, although it's CNC, we got to have a program for each family. So you got a Coyote program, you're gonna have a Gen 3 program, LS program, because board spacing different size boards and all. But all
So
that.
then once they're set up, we save them to the computer on the machine, and then we just bring them up. And once they're programmed through once, we just bring the programs up.
Good to go.
And then we're good to go.
So
Because-
if you had an LS block in there with a 4125 bore, you slap it in there, click LS 4125, it goes to work.
Right.
Wow.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
That's-
well, there's one, we need to snug the tool to tell the tool what diameter it is.
Yep. So that
That's
does,
all we have to do.
that tool will do like a 4155 or a 4-inch bore. That tool will just
Yeah.
grow in size.
Yeah, it can. It's just different stone holders that
Wow.
the stone height is different for each one, for each
Yeah, so
board.
if we do a Coyote that's a 3660 board, we'll probably have to use a different head.
It's a different head.
Well,
That
we-
would be a different
We've
head.
ordered all of them, but yeah, so it'd be a
Yes.
different head for that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Right.
That thing is bad to the bone. I'm gonna have to build me another motor just to have it go through here now.
Well, I'm sure yours will get through there.
That's awesome.
But the whole purpose of this is, like I said, we want to have, our goal at TKM is to have the most power the customer can have. And I mean, part of that's machine work. I'll say that all
Right.
the time.
And this machine having the ability to short stroke as well. So it can short stroke, so we'll sense the spindle load, and the machine will find, okay, where in that bore is the tight spot. And it will work that short stroke, that tight spot, automatically on its own to straighten the bore out.
So on this, a lot of measuring.
Yeah.
Right. Measuring, it does have a readout.
There is.
We're not talking bad about this by any means.
Yeah, yeah.
And this one is great. It really is.
This
But-
is just the newest toy.
Yeah, this is state of the art.
Yeah, what it boils down to is all them blocks right there need honing. We got more coming.
Yeah.
Right.
So we knew a bottleneck in our shop was the cylinder honing. Like, man, it'd be nice. We need to buy. We could buy another cylinder honing. Like, well, we could buy another cylinder honing just like this, and that was the original thought. Well, then you got to think about it. Well, dang, if we step up to something like this, the operator, once he gets this set up, then he can move over here, and now we got 2 blocks running with one operator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's more the idea of the need.
Yeah, and the throughput. That's what it's all about. This machine can produce, rapidly with the water soluble coolant, you know, it just makes it throughput-wise is a real improvement for sure. And the ability to have your operator go do something else.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So he can be huddled over here while this guy's going.
Right.
You know, just like our CNC guys. You know, we have operator running this machine. Well, when we got cycle time on this VF3 here, he's gonna bounce over to the next one.
Yeah.
So on.
As efficient as possible.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I guess congratulations.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Badass
Absolutely.
machine here.
Absolutely.
Now we just have to hold enough block space for it.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah.